Yeah, I hope you're able to see the screen. Let's start the session. Uh, just for a recap, as for the previous class, today we are here join all to know the learning procedure and the concept of what is this to be discussed in the AWS course. So my name is Sujan, and I am having around 8 years of experience in IT industry. And coming to the cloud technology AWS, I am having 4 years of experience as a AWS consultant, and we manage as AWS related resources and all. So this is my basic introduction, and I welcome you all from the Logic Lab Technologies for opting the course on AWS. Before proceeding for the course, I would request to note this course content. Is what is the content we covered in this course in the coming classes will be shared. If you see, you can scan the QR code also. It will provide the whole information, what are the topics to be covered. And the duration of the course is 6 weeks. And the time of the class start is around 7 a.m. IST. And the course will be from Monday to Friday. If you want to talk further, if you want to discuss more, please contact to the below mentioned numbers, or you can directly approach the website also. And I would sincerely request to join the WhatsApp group also. I will share in the chat. So it will be easier for you to approach our team. They will guide you on the course structure and related information. So as for the previous class, let's take a brief recap what we have discussed yesterday. In the yesterday's session, we have discussed about what is a computers and how the computers has been evolved and how the users are transforming. They are using the computers. Now they are moving to the data centers, and now they are migrating towards the cloud technology, which is the current present technology running. And most of the users and the infrastructures are been relying on these cloud technologies. So as you know, this person, he is Charles Babbage. He is a person who invented the computers. And as we know, in the computers, a computer is electronic device for storing and the processing the data. As we all know, it's a layman layout definition. The computer is a combination of, you can say, CPU, memory, and storage part. The combination of all these things will make a point computer. Now, coming to the data centers, for this few people, it will be new. A data center is nothing but a large group of network computer servers typically used by the organizations for the remote storage, processing, and the distribution of large amount of data. Actually, data center is nothing but, you can say, a hall or a room having a n number of computers, which will have a large chunk of storage where the people will access the storage and resources across the globe, not bound to the specific home or specific boundary of the country. So that is the main use of using the data centers. And these are spread globally. We can say from US to Australia, or you can say from Asia region and from the Europe region. You will see many data centers. This is a regular practice which the organizations are following from the last 15 years uh, for processing their data and processing their business. And now we can see the cloud technologies, which is advanced level of the data centers. So what is the meaning of a cloud technologies? The cloud technology is a virtual space that exists on the internet. And it is a storage space where the people can place their digital resources such as softwares, applications, files. In simpler terms, we can say the cloud is a virtual storage place on an internet. Basically, cloud technology is little bit different from the data centers. In the data centers, a user has to manage it. He has to take care of every single part of the data centers, like managing the resources, or if any faulty resources available, like disk is faulty, or the servers or the machines are getting affected, then he has to bear the cost and time. Procurement also he has to maintain. And the security level concerns are also he has to maintain. But if you come to cloud technologies, it is like a pay as you go model. You pay for the services and the resources will be available for you. And whatever the headaches are available in the backend, like resource allocations or outage or the temperature maintenance in the data centers or security level concerns, all these are managed by the cloud technology providers. As we all know, in the current world, there are three service providers available currently in the market which are running high. That is the one is AWS, Amazon Web Services, and the next is Azure, and the third part is GC, that is Google Compute. So these are the three platform service providers who provide the cloud technologies to the users. Okay. And as we discussed it before, like what is a processor, memory, storage in the session. Uh, so it is a layman layout definition. So as we all know, what is the meaning of processor, memory, storage, and network? And you can see the definitions. And coming to the storage part is like storing your data securely on the drives. So that is the main use of using the storage. And network is the most important parameter in the world of technology because on based on this only the cloud technologies are depending. The transmission of data and the transmission of the resources are done with the help of a network. So as you can see, a person is using he is currently in the data center. This is the, as we call this is a rack actually. So you can see there are two types of machines. You can see rack servers and the tower servers. The rack servers are in the horizontal level and the tower will in the vertical level. Apart from that, all the configurations and the usability are the same, as you can see. So he is a data center engineer who take care of all the resources available. If any faulty services are there, he will replace it from his end. Okay. And now in the current world, we are able to hear the word servers, computers. So we have discussed this like what is the differences between the computers and the servers. A computer is having a CPU processing. The server is also same. It will have a RAM. Parallelly, server will have. The storage will be same, and the NIC cards are also required for computer and server. Then what is the main difference in it? The main difference, if we go further, we can check the operating system. The operating system will allow only one user at a time. What is the meaning of an OS? OS is an integral part of communication between the user and the computer. Computer communicate in a binary language, 1 and 0, but the user cannot understand that language, right? So for that transition, the operating system will be used. In the current world, there are two most popularly known OSs, that is Windows OS and the Linux. The Windows are managed by the Microsoft and the Linux are managed by the Red Hat. So these are the two popular OS flavors available in the market. And operating systems will help in installing the applications, running the applications. So that is the main use of using the operating system also. And need and coming to the next part, that is input output devices. So it will provide input and output devices to connect the access. But here the server can be connected all over the globe with the help of an RDP. RDP is a protocol which is called as remote desktop protocol, which we will discuss in the further classes, like what is RDP, how we going to use it, what are the parameters required to run this RDPs. And if you come to the Linux level, you have to do the SSH. These are the two different ways where you can access a server all over the globe, but you should have a permission to access the servers. That permission granularity will be also discussed in the future classes. So you can say it's one of the definitions which we have collected. The cloud computing is on-demand delivery of IT resources and applications via the internet with a pay-as-you-go pricing. In the simplest form, the cloud computing provides an easy way to access servers, storage, database application over the internet. So this is a few pictures. You can see this is the data centers. See the person is handling the data center. And if you see in the bottom, this is a whole warehouse where the whole data centers will, whole racks will be available. It is a vast, in fact, it is almost like a size of a two football courts, you can say, on average. And it is very highly secure. There will be no security breach because they manages the highly secure data of the clients, or you can say of the infrastructure people. And we discuss what is the cloud computing and advantages of the cloud computing. Discuss the variable and the capital expenses, economics of the scale, and guessing capacity stoppage, increasing the speed and agility, and usage of the resources in a minutes. Okay. So if we go further, uh, yesterday we have a topic to discuss about the private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. So few participants have a doubt what is the differences and what is the main parameters of it. So there was some confusion from my side also. So I'm going to clear it out now. So the public cloud is a cloud deployment model where computing resources are owned and operated by the providers and shared across the multiple tenants via internet. So in the public cloud, different users will access these resources. They will share the resources like CPU, memory, and the storage also. Here you may have a rise up point, get a point like, see, you are sharing the storage also. So will there be a data breach? No. In the public cloud, there will be no data breach because whatever the data has been stored by the user will be in the encryption model. So even though if a person wants to access, if another user wants to access the data of the other user, that is not possible. The first thing restriction is a firewall restriction. And the second point is the users will not, only the specific users will have a permission to access this data, and whatever data is stored that will be in the encryption mode. So these are like a firewalls, or you can say a defense system in the public cloud. So in the current environment, the public cloud providers are AWS, Azure, GCP, as we discussed before, and DigitalOcean is also there, and you can hear the word Alibaba Cloud also, which is being used in some of the regions of the world. Uh, so coming to the private cloud, okay, the private cloud is exclusively offered to an organization and it is managed exclusively by the organization. It is totally private and is totally cut off from the internet. So they will use a local LAN network. They have a privatized network inside, so that no outside person will be able to access it. And the whole resources available in the data center, or you can say in the cloud, will be eligible to access and will be used by this specific organizations. So here we may get it out like uh, what kind of services are provided this private cloud. You may hear the word VMware virtualization. They provide these kind of resources, these kind of private cloud, and Dell also provide the private cloud parameters and resources. Okay, and coming to the hybrid cloud, you can see the meaning. It is a combination of both public and the private. So the hybrid cloud is a cloud computing environment that uses mix of on-premises, private cloud, third party, and public cloud services with orchestration between this platform. What is the meaning of orchestration? Orchestration means managing the resources. The person who manages different kind of resources like private cloud, public cloud, managing that perspective, they are known as an orchestration. Okay. So coming to the differences, if you go precise way, if you go further into the differences, you can see the parameters of public, private, and hybrid. Coming to the cost, the public is cost effective. It is reliable. All users can access and be able to manage the payment of this. And coming to the private, it is a bit expensive because the whole resources is dedicated to the specific organization or a user. And the hybrid is also expensive because it has to manage both the public and the private, so it is quite expensive, and rarely few organizations or few users will follow this hybrid model. Coming to the security norms, security is totally depending upon the cloud providers for the public, because the cloud providing services have different kind of security parameters. You can say Azure, or you can say AWS, or you can say GCP. They have different type of parameters managing the security concerns, like I tell before, the encryption model. So these providers will follow these kind of norms to secure the data of the user or an organization. And if you come into the private, it is more secure because all the resources, all the data is managed or used by the specific organizations only. So there will be no third person into involved in this. So it is highly secured. And the hybrid is also in secured way. And coming to the scalability, it is highly public is highly scalable. You may get a doubt, what is the meaning of a scalability? Scalability means increasing the resources as per the requirement. Suppose a user is there, he is using the machine, it is having 2 core processor and 4 GB RAM. Now the two more users came into the picture, they are trying to access that server. What happened? The load is getting increasing, right? To manage this load, either you have to manage the resources or you have to manage the users. So you cannot manage the users, you cannot tell the users please try to access after some time. No, you cannot say. So in that perspective, what we will do is we will increase the resources means increasing the CPU, memory, or a storage. Suppose currently you are using 2 CPU core, the resources increasing, you will increase the core to 4, 8, or 16 as per the requirement. You can increase the memory also. You can say from 2 GB to 6, 4, 10, 8 as per the requirement, it will be increased. So that is called a scalability. Scalability in simple way, we can say increasing the resource allocation as per the user's load on the resources. So in the public cloud, it is highly scalable, means you can increase the resources in a fraction of seconds. You don't need to be rely or no need to be have a waiting period in this. Coming to the private, it is limited because all the resources are managed by the specific organization. So it will take a couple of hours, or you can take a day or a week to procure the new resources. You have to procure the new resources and then you have to inline into the data center and then enabling it, giving the configuration, post configurations. So it will take a time. So that is the main difference in using the public and the private. Okay. And hybrid, as you know, it will have highly scalable and it will having a right architecture. Okay. And coming to the accessibility, the public cloud is accessible to everyone. Whoever is having a rights, they will able to access that public cloud. There is a limitation on private because a specific organization is managing it. So they are totally cut off from the out of the world. Even they even disconnect the connectivity to the internet to disrupt or to obstruct the threat from the hackers or third party user to tamper their security. And the in a hybrid cloud, you will say the accessibility is a medium. So depending upon the rights or access only, they will have permission. And coming to the shared resources, it is like multi-tenant or shared servers. Shared resources means in what parameters and what structure the users are sharing the resources. So in the public, it is having multi-tenant, shared, and servers. And coming to the private is on-premises, and those are all private servers. And in hybrid is a mixed combination. Okay. So coming to the ownership, the owner for the public is a cloud providers. The person, the organization provide the cloud. In the public, they are the owners. In the private, the organization himself or themselves have a rights on that specific private cloud. And for the hybrid also is managed by the organization because it is having a private cloud. So the organization has a full rights on that hybrid cloud. Now we may get a doubt like what kind of examples you will provide for this public private hybrid. The example of public is AWS, GCP, Azure, IBM, Oracle. And coming to the private, there is VMware, as we discussed before, HPE, Hewlett Packard Enterprise, Dell is there, OpenStack is there. So these are the vendors who provide this private cloud. And coming to a hybrid, you will have Rackspace, VMware, Cisco, IBM. So these are the main differences we have to remember in the future sessions because it will differentiate between the public, private, and the hybrid. Okay. So coming further, we discuss what is the infrastructure as a service, right? Infrastructure as a service is nothing but a cloud service provider which owns and manages the hardware upon which your software stack runs. That includes servers, networking, and storage. Okay. In the IaaS model, you can say the Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, and Microsoft are known as an infrastructure provider. Why they're infrastructure provider? Because they're providing their resources to the users or organizations. So that is the reason why they are known as an IaaS. So it is like a pay-as-you-go model. Whatever the parameters you require, you project in front of them. They will provide and they will procure it, and they will have a payment basis on monthly or weekly or as per your availability. And coming to the platform as a service, as we all know, PaaS is similar to the IaaS, but here it is depending on the operating systems in the database. The operating systems which are managed are comes under the platform as a service. Okay, and the databases. So some of the examples here is uh, AWS Elastic Beanstalk, and you can say Google App Engine. So you may get it out who use this. Actually, the developers will use this platform as a service so that they can test their applications on the operating systems. They don't need to have to create it from the scratch. So that is the main use using the platform as a services. And next is software as a services. You can say the meaning in itself, like they are provisioning the service of the software. It is offers the most support and is the simplest of delivering models for the end users actually. Okay, the most popular examples of SaaS is CRM software or cloud-based file storage and the email services. Okay, so if we coming to our course structure, we are providing the AWS course. It is 6 months duration. Sorry, not 6 months, or 6 weeks duration. And the topic you may get to have a doubt what kind of topics will be discussed here. The topics we managing here is the first we will see the network basics, which is required. It is not like mandatory, but basics is required. And the next is AWS cloud. If we go further down the line, you will discuss what is the certification in the AWS and introduction of the virtualization. Okay. Types of cloud as we discussed, right? Expenditure we will discuss in the future. What is the capital expenditure, operational expenditure, and the basics of networking, like what is TCP, what is IP protocol, and CIDR range, subnetting, OSI model. Because all these cloud providers, all these cloud services are totally rely on this structure of OSI model and the TCP protocol. So basics are required. It is not like a mandatory, but it will be good to remember these kind of stuff actually. So now we're going into the core part of the AWS. So in the AWS, we will discuss uh, public cloud and AWS region, uh, and we will discuss availability, availability zone, higher availability, and we will discuss the overview of the AWS services, networking, storage, compute, database, DNS. We will able to discuss identity access management. I guess I have some points. So you are unable to see the screen. Let me reshare it 1 second. Sorry for the disturbance. Yeah, 1 second. So are you able to see the screen now? Okay, thank you. Sorry for that. So, you want me to discuss this AWS course structure again, or shall I continue from here? Okay, thank you, Karthik. Yeah. So here, right. Thank you very much. So here we are going to discuss overview of the AWS services. What is networking, storage, compute, DNS, etc. And we will discuss identity access management, which is one of the important parameters here. So it will give a permission related accessibility. That is the main use of it. And here we will have AWS virtual private cloud, creating a one instance. And here we will discuss about networking part, like what is VPC, what is subnet, what is NACL, what is route table, and internet gateway, what is NAT, elastic IP. And we'll discuss about the security groups also. So coming to the compute part one, we will discuss what is EC2 instance and what is on-demand instance, reserved instance, Amazon machine images. Sorry. We will discuss about the block storage part, elastic block storage, what are the volumes, and we will discuss about the snapshots and how they are created and what is the use of the AMIs. And if you go to the part two, we will discuss about higher availability, scalability of the resources, load balancers, which are the one of the beautiful parameters provided by the AWS. And we will discuss the oldest service provided by the AWS. When AWS was first introduced into the market, the first service they have provided were the S3, simple storage services, which we will discuss. We will have different type of S3 buckets. We will also discuss it. And we will do the practical sessions also, not theoretical. We will do parallelly the theoretical and the practical as well for the every topic which we are discussing right now. And we will discuss about the RDS. We will discuss about the Route 53 and routing policies. And we will discuss a few basics of what is email services, what is simple queue services, and AWS Active Directory, AWS backup services, IAM, and CLI. So till now, any doubts, please chat. Okay, everything will be practical. Yes, yes, John Wesley. The session will be practical. First sessions will be theoretical, and based on that, we will discuss the practical also. I will show you how we are going to execute this, how we create the services. So we will share and discuss it. And any more doubts, friends, you can share, you can ask in the chat. I will reply to it. Till now, any doubts? Okay, silence. So everybody on track. Okay, fine. Right. So this is the course structure which we are going to follow in the coming classes. Just for the introduction section, today I'm going to show you how we log in into the AWS console. Okay. So before logging into the services, yeah, yeah. Can you please share that? Sorry, sorry. Share the. Oh yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, exactly, sure, sure. I will share to you. As soon as the session will complete, I will share this document to you all. Yeah, sure. So let me stop the screen and reshare the screen. One second. So you're all able to see the console, right? AWS console. So let me go from the scratch. Let me log out and log in actually here. I would say sign out. One second. So this is the AWS portal. Anyone can have access it for the reference actually. Okay. And okay, Rafi is asking at the end of the course, are we getting the certificate and all? We get the guidance to apply for companies. Yes, yes, we will get it. Yes, means you will be able to complete the course, and you will be full fledged to apply for the companies also. Yes. Okay. Do we need some software applications to install? No, no, Shay Gaston, no, because this is all over the cloud. The only thing you required is the Chrome or any web browser and a web link of AWS, so you can do it smoothly. Okay, and while going to the course, everything will be practical. Can you share the recording? Yes, yes. After the every sessions, the recorded sessions will be shared to all the participants, whoever are joining this course. Okay, so this is the AWS portal. Okay, and you can see here uh, we'll have a sign in to the console. Okay, just for an example, I have taken this. Okay, so it is open to all. You can also able to access it. Okay, but you have to create an account in it on yourself. And I want to share some points here is for 1 year it is free. After 1 year the charges will be implemented, so you all have to be very careful while using these services. As soon as you use the services, please delete or please erase those or decommission those services from your end. Point to be noted here, because if you left it like that, then it will be chargeable and you will get a pile of bill, because it will goes like $100 to $200 also. So very careful while using these services. Okay. So to access any AWS, you have to get a AWS username and the password. Okay, I will show you how to create these user IDs and all. Okay, 1 second. Uh, Shravan, AWS training, AWS cloud. Basically, it is the both are same. The training parameter varies here. You are telling like AWS cloud training is the courses provided by the AWS, right? Yes, it is also good self-learning portal training. And here in our course, we will provide how the real time the people use this resources. Both are same, but we will go further in a practical way, how we create it at all. So that will help you in understanding the course here. Okay, so this is the console actually, and you can see the services here. You can see various services, n number of services. You can see analytics, blockchain, compute, container, database, developer tools. Different things are there, right? So we are focusing basically on the, yeah, sorry.
What are the services we can use this AWS for our classes?
Yes. For our Santosh, for our classes, we are totally focusing on these services. You can say S3
S3,
bucket.
EC2.
Yes, yes. S3, EC2, okay. And some part of the cloud trail. And we will discuss about VPC, not Ethane, because these are all the extra services which are managed by different people. Now we are totally focusing on the roles like cloud engineer, okay, solution architect roles. Those people will use these services basically. S3, you can say EC2, compute level services they will provide actually. So you're totally focusing on it. Actually, you can say IAM also we will focus. VPC also will be focused, right? So these are the main things which will follow. Like you can see the compute here, right? If you go to this containerization, these are all totally comes under the DevOps. But here we are only focusing on AWS core.
AWS.
Core only, yes, yes. We are focusing only on AWS core. Because if you know the AWS core, based on that only, you will be able to go further for the DevOps actually. Okay, so these are two different streams, but the path of going is from this way only, from the AWS core. So till now, any doubts or any things you want to share? No, right? Okay, fine. So these are services we'll discuss: S3, EC2, IAM. Okay, okay. And coming to the, you can see whenever you log in into the portal, you will see be able to see your email ID. Okay, there you will see the account details also, and you can see the billing dashboard also. If you go to billing dashboard, you will be able to understand how the billings are raised for us. See, like we got 165 or 235 currently forecasting. So you have to pay this payment, so be careful on it. Okay, so for the 1 year it will be free. Not limited services will be free, not all the services will be free. After that 1 year, you have to pay for every single services you opt. Okay, and you go. So this is the EC2 console, where you will be able to create servers. You can say in the AWS concept, the servers are known as instances. Okay, so these are the instances. Here we will discuss all these stuffs, and we will discuss S3, which is also one of the service which are widely used in the environments like storing the data, or you can say like photos, storing the photos into the S3, accessing over the globe, same like an Instagram, like that. So the S3 is widely used in the infra actually to maintain their data. Okay, and we will discuss the further in the course. We will discuss VPC also. So we will go in a structured manner as I share the screen of the course. I will share it to you later on. My team will share the content as you approach them. So here VPC is there, subnets are there. How to create a VPC we will discuss. Okay. And if we go further, we will discuss IAM, which is the most important part. You can say like a firewall. Okay, here you can discuss what kind of users will have permissions to use it, who will have a rights to use it. So it is most important thing which the organizations are following right now. Some can we
This
prevent not being?
AWS support to have user that is superuser and non-user permissions.
Sorry, Santosh. AWS support.
The road to users and non-user accessibility.
Yes, yes. It will check the IAM accessibilities and all actually. Okay.
Where the roads have
Your voice is breaking actually. If you want, you can chat on it actually. Okay. And here, Elvis say, how can we prevent not being charged for using console after 1 year? It is a self step, Elvis, because you have to every day check the parameters, and you will get an emails also from the AWS like this is the bill you have generated you today. So in that way, you have to manage it. Uh, Yes, Rizwan, we will discuss that also, how to create an account in the AWS portal. We will surely discuss in the further sessions also. I will surely discuss with you all. Okay. I hope your doubts are clear, Elvis and Rizwan. Okay. So till now, any doubts or any want to discuss about course? Please raise your concern. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. And we're going to discuss about the storage also, as we discussed, right? So the storage part will be in the EC2. If you see in the left hand side, we will discuss about storage, what is the volumes, what is the snapshot, life cycle management. So these kind of things will be discussed, what is reserved instance and all. So in coming classes, we will discuss all those things uh, from our end actually. We will share the video also, we will share the notes. Whatever the topic we discussed today will be straight away shared to you. So that is the structure which we are following. So so today for the session, we are stopping here currently. If you have any doubts or any queries, any concerns, please rise. I will be happy to share with you. We have still 10 minutes more we have. So I'm stopping my screen actually. Okay. Please share the WhatsApp joining link. Sure, sure. Let me share you. Sure, sure. Second, let me share the WhatsApp group. So this is the session. And if you want to contact them, it is also there. Okay. Or what I will do is you can take a screenshot of it. Let me share this, right? So it will be helpful for you to remember this. Let me share the screen once. So you can take a screenshot of this if you require. Anyone wants to need more information. And you can take this general information also. So I hope you're all taking the screenshot of it. And this is the course content. As you all ask, you can scan the QR code. You will get a course content in this. As one of the participants asked, right? So they can scan this QR code and they will get extraction of the course content. Right. So I guess we are fine for today. Thank you very much for joining the session. And please consult back to our team for further information. We will meet back on Monday. Mm, have a happy weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And let's have refresh your mind and join the session on Monday, 7 a.m. IST. Okay. I'm getting chat. What is it? I am okay. Will it be able to sustain? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You will able to crack it actually. Okay, Venkatesh. So if you are BCom MBA, it is fine. You will able to crack the course also. Okay. Yeah. So it is thank you, John Winsley. Okay. So no issues. A non-back technical background can also crack it, and experienced candidate who is having a different experience can also cross course will also be. Monday means USA to Sunday night. Yes, yes, most probably yes, yes. Yes. Okay, yeah. Thank you, everyone. See you all. Yeah, bye bye. How can you contact you directly? Directly, I would suggest to contact the concerned phone numbers, Karthik, because that is the best option. They will guide you on it. So I share the contact details, right? So that will be useful for you. Yeah. Thank you, Karthik. All right, plus. Thank you. I'm signing off. It was great to have a session with you. Thank you. Thank you very much.